Ooh, X-Men 97. So, X-Men 97 has been a very highly anticipated animated series, at least for people in my generation. I think. I think that, if you grew up watching this on them Saturday mornings, if you grew up watching this after school, this was that show. I had already started watching it, the reruns and everything. It's currently on Disney Plus. I started rewatching it just so that I could prep for X-Men 97. I will hold off on my reaction to X-Men 97. I've seen the first 3 episodes. Um, and I'll talk about that next week. I think it'll be out by that time anyway. Um, and by the way, the first 2 episodes are going to drop for y'all. Now they did release, by the way, a clip of X-Men 97. I would recommend that you don't watch the clip. If you want to watch the trailer, that's fine. I would recommend do not watch the new clip of X-Men that just released because, in my opinion, it's a little too spoilery just for the first episode. And I also think that's why they are releasing 2 episodes at once. But before we get into that, we'll get more into that later. Don't again, do not look up the clip. Don't look it up. They released a new clip. It's a new little trailer, extended thing. Just don't watch it. Don't watch it. But the news that shocked everybody this week, we all got dumbfounded. We all was surprised. We all still asking questions. Is what happened to Beau DeMayo? In case you did not know, Beau DeMayo is the creator of X-Men 97. Beau DeMayo is the one who has been in charge of giving us X-Men 97. And he's been with Marvel for a minute now, but this man just got fired. And he didn't just get fired any old way. My man got fired on his day off. And nobody knows how, why, where, and when this is even happening. Matter of fact, yes, we were all gobsmacked that Beau DeMayo got fired. Just gobsmacked, okay? Because nobody knew. Nobody understood. Great. So let's kind of go into it. Now, here's the thing. And this is why I kind of like having the advantage of, saving the news for a little bit later, because some people speculated, oh well, it's because of his other accounts and maybe it was this and maybe we gonna put some things together. We got a couple clues and I think we're gonna detective this thing out a little bit. Okay, so let's kind of go through it here and talk about why and what happened with this mysterious firing here. It says DeMayo, a Marvel regular who previously wrote on live action series Moon Knight, as well as early drafts of Blade. He was even discussing loose ideas for a 3rd season of X-Men with members of his team. Now, keep in mind, this was already announced. X-Men 97 was so good, they already did 2 seasons. They did 2 seasons already of that, and he was already talking about a 3rd season. So, this is how good this thing really was. Now, here's the thing. It goes on and says his company email was deactivated and cast and crew were informed he was no longer on the project. DeMayo's Instagram account, once a source for X-Men updates, was also deleted. No reason for the firing was given. Marvel had no comment. DeMayo's representatives did not return calls for a comment, and emails to the showrunner yielded no response. However, it is very unusual for a top creative on a Marvel project to miss a premiere or cancel press plans last minute, even if they're shuffled to the side. Yes, that's where it's starting to get weird. How you gonna fire somebody? No statement was made. And we don't even, here's the other thing. We don't even have the leakers and insiders talking about this. Y'all remember Victoria Alonso? Oh, they had a lot to say, whether it came from Marvel or whether it came from some insider. There was a whole lot to say when Victoria Alonso got fired. But nobody knows what happened here. And you did this like a week before the show comes out. And there's a lot of questions. Okay, now we're going to keep going into this. And he deleted his social media. So it says here his silence on social media has been acute as he was a prolific poster sharing X-Men tidbits as well as shirtless pictures of himself at the gym. For a time, he also ran a non-explicit OnlyFans account. Now, I know a lot of y'all nasties out there have been talking about the OnlyFans. Now, I don't know nothing about OnlyFans except for it's for a bunch of nasties, okay? And I don't know nothing about that. Nothing. But from what I heard from other individuals, apparently OnlyFans can actually have things that are just for fans and actually not be explicit. And that's apparently what he was posting. So, according to this, and I guess whoever was on his OnlyFans, he wasn't posting a bunch of inappropriate things. He was actually using it for what the site was designed for, which was to post, exclusive stuff for fans. And according to this, he was a very big super fan of Marvel and X-Men and all this other stuff. So, in other words, having an OnlyFans account does not make sense for them to just be like, all right, we're just going to get rid of you. Now, here's the thing. This is why I push back on the idea that he was fired for having an OnlyFans account. This wasn't new. This was not new information. Matter of fact, let's see. He was profiled. It says here, now he is, LGBTQ, right? It says for a time he also ran a non-explicit OnlyFans account, all of which inspired the LGBTQ publication Out to declare him the sexy gay Marvel writer and showrunner to know. Okay, so what does this mean? This means he was already known to have an OnlyFans account. And here's the thing. When you look at the Out article, this thing was written October 31st, 2022, which means this is not new that he had an OnlyFans account. In other words, he's had this thing at least for 2 years or at least over a year. You don't think Marvel knew about that? You don't think Disney probably knew about that? So if a huge magazine is out here, writing about him, if it's already known he has an OnlyFans account, I get the feeling, and by the way, he was just writing early drafts for Blade and he worked on Moon Knight. So clearly they did not have a problem with him having an OnlyFans account. That was not the problem. Now we get a little bit more. Let's get some more clues and then we can put some things together. It says here in May of 2023, DeMayo announced that he would be deleting his Twitter account after he was attacked by users accusing X-Men 97 of whitewashing the character Sunspot with the casting of Brazilian actor Guy Augustini in the role. Okay. So, let's see if I can pull up that guy's picture. Okay. Now, I don't know if this guy was for the voice role of Sunspot, but this is who Guy Augustini is. And people were mad because he was supposed to play the role of Sunspot. And if you know about Sunspot, he's a Brazilian guy. He's supposed to be, or at least usually depicted as a brown skinned guy, right? Brown skinned Brazilian. So, according to this, it's saying here that because of the accusations of whitewashing this character, and by the way, that character is in the first couple episodes of X-Men 97, so you'll see it. And they did not whitewash him, or if they did, they fixed it. Either way, when this controversy came up, Beau DeMayo took off his Twitter account. He turned it off or deleted it. So, and again, I don't know this brother, so I'm just going off of what I'm reading. but it sounds like he was kind of sensitive to certain backlash, right? Certain backlash. Now, here's what's also interesting. First of all, he didn't delete his entire Twitter or Instagram. He didn't delete his entire Instagram because his Instagram is still up, but it's definitely missing a lot of posts. So it's not there at all. He took almost most things off. But here's what I find interesting is we got some talk about him from the higher ups at Marvel, at least Brad Winderbaum. Brad Winderbaum is the second in command at Marvel. He's the guy that does the TV and Disney Plus content, right? Kevin Feige does all of that. Anything that's TV streaming is Brad Winderbaum. So we got some news here, and this is from an interview of Brad, and I found that this was kind of interesting when he said this. He talked about Beau DeMayo. He said he did excellent work writing seasons 1 and 2, and I can't wait for fans to see the series. The entire team came together to create a revival worthy of the X-Men 60-year legacy. Huh. So, what's interesting to me is that you have the boss still talking highly of his work. And in addition to that, you also had the director, Jake, I forget his last name. But Jake is one of the directors of the series of X-Men 97. And in some interviews, he also talked highly about Beau DeMayo. Now let's put all this together. You have an abrupt, I'm gonna bring it all back now. I know it's a lot of information. You have this guy get fired abruptly. No word, no comment, nothing. He deletes his social media, which he's done in the past, but yet people are still kind of sort of still talking positively about him. He's had an OnlyFans for a while, and he wasn't fired earlier than that. So clearly the OnlyFans is not the issue. I have two theories as to what possibly led to him being fired. The first theory is he must have said something on social media that was just terrible. Now, the only hot button issues so far that I've seen people talk about that would get people fired would be if, like we saw Gina Carano, saying something anti-Semitic, saying something against, Jews or Holocaust or, something like that, Hitler. Okay, maybe that'll get you gone, right? We've seen Disney or Lucasfilm be like, nah, we're not messing with you no more. I'm wondering if maybe he made a comment about Israel, Palestine, because that's a very sensitive topic. And we already saw people on Scream getting fired, so I wonder if that had something to do with it. I don't know if he was political in that sense at all. I didn't follow him, so I don't know. But I wonder if maybe he said something politically charged that was definitely going to get some serious blowback. Because the reason why I wonder that is, why would you also delete your social media? Right? Now, here's the thing. If he had said something politically charged, I don't think he would actually delete his social media. Again, look at Gina Carano. Disney was like, yo, we don't really like what you're saying. They gave her a lot of chances, by the way. Can you take this down or at least apologize? Disney will work with you. Marvel will work with you. They'll be like, listen, man, this ain't really cool. Can we find a solution here? But that doesn't explain why you take it down, because if you said something controversial, you probably believed on it, stood on business, and maybe you get fired, but that doesn't mean you would actually delete your instant social media. Now, some people have also talked about maybe he leaked some sort of explicit pictures. Here's why that might be true, but this is why I don't really believe it. First of all, the internet always keeps receipts. If he had leaked something like that, it would have been out there. Somebody would have been like, that's it. This is what. Listen, how many times have y'all heard of XYZ celebrity leaking XYZ pictures, and then all of a sudden we know about it within 5 seconds? So I'm thinking that was not the case, but this is where I'm thinking could be it. I think something illegal happened. I'm thinking. I think something HR related happened. And I'm talking about something where they're like, yo, nope, we can't even be a part of this. I'm thinking maybe he got mixed up with some bad company. And maybe this is something legal. I'm not saying Jonathan Majors level. I'm not saying that, but maybe. And maybe Marvel was like, nah, we gotta. Because to me, I'm thinking, why else would you have to delete your own social media? It's one thing if you do something and your studio doesn't agree with you and they just let you go. But I'm wondering at the fact that if you are pressured into deleting your own social media and you get fired, that sounds like you did something messed up and you need to cover it up. And Marvel was like, just in case, we got to part ways. Because I'm still thinking of the fact that they're talking nicely about him. The director was still like, oh yeah, Beau was great. Beau was working out. Yeah. The executive is like, yeah, Beau did great. I'm just saying, like, if y'all didn't really want to mess with him, let me ask y'all this. Have y'all heard Kevin Feige or Beau or anybody else talk about Jonathan Majors since the verdict? I haven't. I haven't heard nobody at Marvel really talking about Jonathan Majors at all. I mean, the closest we got, I asked Kevin Feige, I was like, oh, Jonathan Majors. He was like, right? Isn't that crazy? But I haven't seen nothing else official because they probably just want to separate themselves from drama. So the mystery is still out there. I think maybe something, I don't even want to say illegal. Maybe it was just something egregious happened. And they're like, you know what? We just can't. I see some people already say he went to one of Diddy's parties. First of all, you got to tell Diddy no. First of all, okay, if that is the case. You got to. You got to tell Diddy no. But I'm not going to speculate that far. So I'm thinking it was either something egregious. Maybe he got caught up in the wrong crowd or something. Or maybe he just said something that was just really, really bad online and he had to protect himself and Marvel had to separate themselves at the same time. I don't know. I'm hoping that it's something else because it clearly was not for creative differences. He was already talking to his team about a season 3 and they already greenlit a season 2. So it's not for creative differences. I mean, did he cuss somebody out? Like what? I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of crazy. Now, the one little thing I did want to kind of tease was we do have a little bit of X-Men 97 news about this as well. So I'm just going to piggyback this on top of that. This is actually coming from the director of X-Men 97. He goes on to kind of talk about the show and what you can kind of expect. And he says it's exactly the same level of cameos as the original series. Oh, this is Brad Winderbaum. Sorry. He says you're going to get the same level of cameos as the original. Even though X-Men 97 is not in the sacred timeline, there is a universe of 90s cartoons that we know, because of Loki and every other multiverse story, we know that if your brain wants to go there, there's always potential for connection. So, in other words, X-Men 97 is not in the MCU directly. It's part of the multiverse, but it does have the possibility of connecting somewhere down the line. So, if anything, especially if you've already seen the post-credit scene of the Marvels, you can already see where they're going with that. So that is a possibility. Now here's something else, and this is a live exclusive for y'all. I had the opportunity to actually talk to one of the creators of X-Men 97. Now, here's the funny thing. I was supposed to talk to Beau DeMayo. That's right. Like I had listen, for like a good couple weeks, it was in my email. I was gonna talk to Beau DeMayo and I was gonna talk to him about X-Men and all that. I was geeked, I was ready. And then I got that letter, I got that email, and it was like, yeah, we're gonna have to switch that up. Beau's not available. I was like, dang, for real? Okay. And then this news came out, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I get it now. Now, just to kind of give y'all a little pro tip, whenever drama like this happens, it does not help to try to ask them about these questions because Marvel's not gonna give you nothing good. They're gonna be like, oh well, no comment. Oh, he was great. Like they'll give you some stale answers, so you don't want to waste your time, right? However, and no, I can't still reach him. Nobody can reach him. Like the big outlets can't reach him. So he's out of here. But what I can do and what I will do for y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a little teaser of my interview with the director of X-Men 97.
Well,
So I did get a chance to talk to him. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I'll drop the full interview probably later this weekend. But I did get a chance to talk to him. And I'm just give y'all a little inside clip, since y'all here on the live. I appreciate y'all. But one of the things that I kind of joked with him about was, the characters fainting and stuff like that. And I told him I had seen the first 3 episodes, and I just thought that what he said here was really, really, it got me excited. It's not a big thing, but it was a little thing that he's mentioned here. So I wanted to share that with y'all just real quick.
really.
Well, listen, thank you so much for bringing this back. I am super, super excited to finish. Already seeing the first 3 episodes. My heart's pounding. I'm in it. I'm hoping people faint a little less.
Yeah, well,
compared to,
but you won't be upset.
you.
You ain't gonna be upset. I can promise you that. And what I will say is these are our slowest episodes, my dude.
Love it. Thank you so much, Jake. I'm looking forward to more. So the first, I'm not gonna say what happens, but like the first couple episodes are solid. But if those are the slowest that they have and the rest is going to turn it up, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. And he's like an X-Men junkie. Like I'll give you something else that should make you a little more excited about this. Jake came from DC animated. This is where that guy came from. And when you look at his IMDb, he did a lot of the individual Batman movies, but he was involved with a lot of different DC projects, and we already know DC animated been kicking Marvel's butt for a long time. So the fact that they were able to poach him and bring him on over, and this man grew up with X-Men and he understood the X-Men, because how many times we be talking about people that don't know the source material making the stuff? This man knows what he's doing, and he's worked at DC. Listen, if he sits here and tells me that them first 3 episodes are the slowest, and they've already greenlit season 2, sign me up. Give me all of it. I want every piece of these X-Men 97 shows. Every piece. All right, but y'all let me know. What do y'all think about this whole mysterious firing? What are your thoughts and theories on what could have happened, what might be happening? How do you feel about what the director had to say about the first couple, the first season of X-Men 97? Whatever you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.